Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Friday, January 9th, 2026 agenda review meeting at this time. All right, Dr. Moore.
Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be reviewing the agenda for the January board meeting. We'll start with January 13th, 2026. We will have a regularly scheduled board meeting with the call to order at 5:30 p.m., followed by the welcome and pledge of allegiance. We will then move to the approval of the agenda, release to executive session after the agenda has been approved. In the executive session, we will discuss student appeals, student admission request into the district's adult education program, personnel matter regarding employment contracts, employment recommendations, and certified releases. Release back to public session at 6:30 p.m. We will then move to the consent agenda, which will include approval of the consent agenda, minutes from the previous meeting, classified employment releases and in-district transfers, and continuous improvement plans. Next, we will have our inspirational moment, followed by public participation. If necessary, no, not if necessary, we'll be voting on executive session items. I was looking ahead. Student appeals, student admission requested to the district's adult education program, employment recommendations and certified releases, and as needed for items discussed in executive session. We will then move to unfinished business action requested. This will be the second reading of the policy revision proposals, which will include policies BCB, board member conflict of interest, policy GBEA, conflicts of interest, staff ethics, policy IC, school year, policy ID, school day, policy IJ, instructional resources and material, policy IJK, supplemental material selection and adoption. We'll then move to new business, no action requested. The board will review and sign the South Carolina Board Association's ethics principles. And then we will have an enrollment projection process presentation. Next, we'll have the superintendent report, followed by agenda items for the next meeting, where we will review the agenda, the draft agenda for January 27, 2026, regularly scheduled board meeting. Conclude with our if needed items of public participation, executive session, voting on executive session items, board and superintendent comments, and adjournments. Any corrections, Ms. Washington? Are those all of the policies that need to be listed? I believe it is, based upon what we talked about yesterday during our board retreat. And is there anything else on the agenda that needs to be adjusted, corrected, or added?
I don't know, Ms. Washington, do we want to put the one for first reading about the structure of the meeting, or do we want to do that at the one after?
The one after.
Okay, perfect.
We do it
okay.
at the one after?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
Okay, so the January 13th, 2026 regularly scheduled board meeting agenda is good to go the way it's presented today.
That is correct. Yep.
All right. Thank you. Next, we will move to the agenda for the next regularly scheduled board meeting, which is January the 27th. It is a regularly scheduled board meeting with the call to order at 5:30 p.m., followed by welcome and pledge of allegiance, the approval of the agenda, and then release to executive session, where we will discuss student appeals, student admission requests into the district's adult education program, employment recommendations and certified releases, and release back to public session at 6:30 p.m. We will then move to consent agenda, which will include approval of the consent agenda, minutes from the previous meeting, and classified employment releases and in-district transfers. Next, we will have public participation, followed by voting on executive session items, which will include student appeals, student admission requests into the district's adult education program, employment recommendations and certified releases, and as needed for items discussed in executive session. Next, we will move to unfinished business action requested. The board will receive another update on the 2026-2027 strategic resource alignment. We'll move then to new business, no action requested. The board will receive information on the 2026-2027 projected enrollment and an academic report on special education, followed by reviewing the draft agenda for the February 10th, 2026 regularly scheduled board meeting. Next, we would have our if needed items of public participation, public session, be recessed to the board for executive session, voting on executive session items, and board and superintendent comments, followed by adjournment. Okay, anything to add or change on the January 27, 2026 board meeting? So we want to add, Ms. Washington, the policy.
Yeah, and I have a question about item 8.1. It's
Okay.
listed as unfinished business action requested. What action will we be taking on this alignment?
That should be unfinished.
Unfinished,
Action.
no action. It should be no
Okay.
action.
Okay.
Okay,
Because we're giving you an update.
just an
again.
update. Okay, just
Yes.
wanted to make sure because I was like,
No, you're right. Thank you. No. it's
and
ju-
then the other one, so Dr. Franklin, you could probably help us out just to make sure we do this one right. We do want to bring before the board, would it be considered a first reading? So we would need to go through that process that you and I have been working on with the board in terms of getting feedback from the board on the policy and then bringing it before the board. It's going to be for policy BE for board meetings.
Okay, so I believe what we would do is just have the discussion first.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
do first and second reading. That's okay.
Okay.
Because the discussion gives us the tenor and the direction the board wants to take on it. So we would
Okay.
list that one as discussion first.
So
And then
that
you
would
and I
be
work on the language.
under new business, no action requested
Mhm.
because it's just a discussion.
That's correct.
Okay, Tanidra, do you have that to add to number 9, new business, no action requested? Policy B,
E.
what's BE?
BE board meetings.
Can you tell me what that policy is? Did we change it? Or we keeping it the same?
No, it's policy BE board meetings.
Right, and what's the policy?
That's the policy that outlines the board meetings, how we define them, board meetings, work sessions, special meeting, public hearings, and parliamentary procedures.
Right, but I'm asking, did we make any changes to any of it?
No, that's what we're going to be discussing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no changes have been made.
But have any changes been sent in to be made?
No, it was like what Mr. Simmons brought up on yesterday about there's a point where he was talking about ways that we could possibly work better, and so that was part of that discussion. But no, nothing has been changed.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah, it's like it's literally like this is the beginning of that conversation.
Oh, okay, 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 thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
And as a part of that process, Ms. Washington, I know you and Dr. Franklin have come up with a way of work around that, of sharing information with the board so that the board comes to the meeting prepared
Yes.
for the discussion. So I think that will help clarify for you, Dr. Scott,
Yes.
the direction that the board chair and vice chair are looking at around why they feel they need to have a conversation.
Right, and I know
Or
that
need
you
to have
said the board
conversation.
chair and vice chair, but secretary should also be a part of that conversation. So, Ms. Nash and Mrs. Washington, if you can also make sure that I'm a part of that conversation since I am part of the cabinet.
Well, it happened yesterday when you weren't at the meeting. So we were all there. You just weren't at the meeting at that time. So I didn't have a chance to leave because you left early. Like you left right after the meeting was over. So it was a discussion there. It has not been an outside discussion. That was a discussion at that meeting yesterday. The
Okay,
suggestion was made at the meeting
okay, thank
before
you.
you arrived.
That- Okay, the way Dr. Moore stated it, I thought it had been a prior discussion. Thank you for
Yes,
clarifying that.
because he spoke with us like after
Uh-huh,
that discussion was had at the meeting. He did say
right.
directly to us, chair and
Mhm.
vice chair, because we were there.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you for clarifying that.
yes. Okay. Is there anything?
So
Sorry,
we're,
go ahead. Continue, Dr.
so
Moore.
we're adding that under new business, number 9, new business, no action requested.
That is correct. Yes.
And then we're changing, under number 8, unfinished business, it's no action requested. Any additional changes to the agenda?
None that I see. Anybody else has seen anything else? Okay. All right. I think then once we add that, then that is all.
Okay, Tanidra, did you get those 2 changes for this agenda?
Yes, ma'am, I made them made.
Okay. All
All
right, Madam
right.
Chair, I'm turning it back over to you.
Okay, with there being no other business, then we will be concluding the Friday, January 9th, 2026 agenda review meeting at 10:12 a.m. Meeting is adjourned. Have a great day,
Thank
everybody.
you, everyone. Have a nice
Thank
weekend.
you.
Thank you.